Many of you watching this have been injured, gone to different teams, moved cities or schools, and been the worst player on a particular team. I'd imagine some of these transition moments were difficult mentally at some point, and in today's video, I want to walk through my framework for transition moments and why separating who you are from what you do is the absolute key to unlocking confidence, crushing all this overthinking, and building success on the pitch. Let's jump into it. So big transition moments happen all the time, particularly as an athlete. Sometimes they're exciting, sometimes they're terrifying, often they're both. Here's a few non-football life transitions we all experience. Let me know down in the comment section below which ones you have had of these. Learning to walk and becoming mobile, starting school for the first time, moving to primary and secondary school, switching homes, cities, or countries, or making new friends and losing old ones. My guess is all 5 of those you have experienced. How about football? Moving from rec or youth soccer to a club or an academy level, transitioning to the college or the semi-pro, and then again making it to the professional ranks, getting cut from a team, making it to a new team, switching teams due to injury, location, coaching changes, family decisions sometimes. Each of these moments is going to be charged with emotion. Sometimes you're pumped, sometimes you're anxious, and sometimes you're stuck in a mental loop of overthinking. I sure have been prey to that many times. A few of the thoughts and feelings that can come up and have come up for me during these moments are on the thought category. Am I even good enough to be here? Why don't I get more playing time? I deserve this spot and I'm way better than these other players. On the emotion side, you might feel something like anxiety around meeting a new team, pressure from parents, coaches, or teammates, relief after making a team, or confidence and belief in yourself, both positive and negative. Whether these feelings are helpful or not, they are absolutely real. The key is learning how to observe them and not let them define you. And with these transition moments and emotions and thoughts going on, it is absolutely key to understand why working on your identity matters now, not later, and not when your career's over. The whole reason we separate identity from achievement is because it gives you a safety net when things change. When transition hits, your core self is still intact. That doesn't mean that you need to take 600 new hobbies on. It just means that knowing and owning who you are is going to be the thing that carries you forward. That way, when one chapter closes, you can process what you're letting go of, stay centered in your values, and get genuinely excited for what's next. That's particularly in my situation, as many of you know, transitioning out of the boot game and into more of the personal branding and mindset. This is a key function of personal branding, separating who you are from what you do. And in that way, I'm so excited to be moving forward, despite having tons of positive feelings about the boot game itself. So this is a key transition moment in my life as well, and I want to show you why this is so important. Here's the brutal truth. You are not just a footballer, despite what you might think. You are a multi-dimensional human being. The more time you spend building that version of yourself, the easier it will be to go through change and take advantage of each moment you have inside the game and in your career. When I stepped away from playing professionally, a lot of people were totally shocked. It was like, oh my God, you're just entering your prime. You did so well and won the national title last year. Surely you would sign another contract. I've had over a handful of NPL teams in Australia offer me a contract in the last 18 months of me retiring from pro football. That's all amazing things, but what they didn't see is that for years I had been building my personal brand identity. And I don't mean YouTube, I don't mean being an influencer, Instagram, website. I mean me. I'm building who I am. The guy who loves building business, the guy who competes in triathlons, who plays football, who consults with sports brands, who cares deeply about honesty, creativity, community, and building something for the next generation of footballers. Those parts of me made the transition out of football way, way, way smoother. I didn't feel lost because I never saw football as the entire picture, despite me being involved in it for the rest of my life. So I've created a graphic that I'll have Kelvin put up on screen, and basically it shows time from left to right, and the deep blue or the royal blue line is my personal brand. So it's who I am, what I value, and then you can see different categories of things as the time goes on. So the easiest way to think about this is with the gray. So that's primary school, high school, college, and university, and then potentially maybe something else in the future, maybe a master's degree or a PhD or something like that. You can see in the light light blue, those are all of the activities or athletic endeavors that I did, right? Youth football and swim team I did kind of together, academy and cross country around the same time as high school. I did college football on its own, obviously played pro football as kind of my only thing for a little while I was building the YouTube and the personal brand. And then now I do triathlon. You can see the same for my passion for music. I took piano for a very long time, did choir during my high school years, sang in an a cappella group in college, right? And then I had a couple different girlfriends before meeting my life partner and my wife. And I had business of haircutting and personal training in college and in high school before I started the YouTube business. So as you can see here, me at the top, that blue line hasn't changed. It's the same me. Yes, I develop over time and all that stuff, but you can really see here a breakdown of I am still the same dude, even though I've developed and I've grown, but what I do changes over time, and that's really okay. Some of these quote unquote doing things have clear beginning and end dates, like high school. Some don't, like football, right? They're sort of ethereal, right? I graduated from the college game and I went to the pro game and potentially could have played a lot longer, but I chose not to. But that date is a little bit all over the place. The royal blue line, that never stops. It's the through line of my entire life. That perspective has kept me so grounded over the course of the last several years of really focusing on it and developing it as the mindset and the creed that I now want to preach to you guys, which is you are more than minutes played. MTMP, more than minutes played. It helped me celebrate what I've done and get fired up for what's next without regrets. While I was in football, it helped me realize that mistakes on the pitch were just part of the process because you have this bigger picture. Winning and losing were natural parts of how the game is played. Negative words and feedback from coaches or other teammates became completely inconsequential because I was locked into the long-term vision of what I wanted with my life and my footballing career. Here are some practical steps for you guys and questions you can ask yourself to start developing this mindset. And please write them down on a piece of paper, grab a pen, and you can pause the video anytime. I'll go through this a little bit slowly because this is the key. The next time you're going through a transition, a new team, getting cut, graduating, making a big life change, coming in and out of an injury, always remember, reflect on who you are at your core. Separate your identity from your current role. Sit with those emotions, but don't let them control you. And ask yourself, what's next that aligns with who I am? Because once you figure out who you are, you've separated who you are from what you do becomes very clear because you can evaluate out of 100 different things you could potentially be doing, what are the 2 or 3 that actually align with who you are as a person. And you're going to face dozens of these moments in your footballing career alone, not to include your entire life. Your strength lies in how well you know yourself outside of the game. So if you want to dive deeper, and this is where that pen and paper is going to come in handy right now, here's a quick exercise to journal and reflect on. I'll leave these questions down in the comment sections below. Number 1, what transition am I currently going through or anticipating happening? Number 2, what thoughts and emotions are coming up for me? Number 3, what do I need to let go of? Number 4, what excites me about what's next? And number 5, how can I stay grounded in my values through this? Separating who you are from what you do is the absolute key to unlocking perspective, confidence, and a fuller life for yourself in and out of football. You are more than minutes played. See you in the next video.